Which NBA centers could I beat in a three-point contest? I'll tell you. Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me, and today we dive into the big boys, the big men, the men down low, the rebounding machine, the dunk slammer jammers. At least that's what the position used to be. Now they stretch the floor, they chuck up threes, sometimes 5, 6 a game. And you expect me to beat some of these guys? Yes. The rules are simple. 5 spots, 5 balls, the last one being a money ball. Forget the capitalism. We're not doing that Mountain Dew BS. We're going traditional three-point contest. And today, I tell you which of these big boys I would beat. The chart is simple. At the top, we have BBQ CHICKEN. These are guys that I would beat every time, no matter the circumstance. They would never beat me at a three-point contest. Then we have 75%, guys I would beat more often than not, 50, 25, and then at the bottom, we have never. I could play them until I'm blue in the face and gray in the head, and I would never beat them at a three-point contest. And before I place the first name, I will just say I will come to All-Star Weekend in a month. If you guys want to run this, any of you 30 guys want to run this, and you're at All-Star Weekend, you just let me know. Hit the business email in the description, baby. I will be there in Indianapolis, and I will face off against any of you to prove that this chart is 100% accurate. We'll start easy, and we'll start with Clint Capella. Clint Capella has shot 4 3-pointers in his career. He's been in the league over 10 years. I'm guessing he's done so at the buzzer most of the time. Times he has to shoot it. Oh my gosh, guys. A BBQ CHICKEN alert! Next, we have Al Horford. Al Horford shoots about 4 threes a game, and I know when I'm beat. I would never beat Al Horford at a three-point contest. Nick Claxton has been in the league 5 years. He shot 15 total threes and only hit 3 of them. So this tells me he's a little bit more of a competition than I believe Clint Capella would be. But at 3 for 15, that tells me I could beat this guy 75% of the time. Mark Williams has been in the league 2 years, and he has never attempted a three-pointer. He shoots 70% from the free throw line, which tells me maybe he's got a little bit of a stroke. So I think I could beat him 3 out of 4 times. He is also in the 75% category. My, how the league changes. In the first 5 years of Nikola Vucevic's career, he only shot 27 three-pointers. Then the next year, his 6th year, he shot 75, and then after that, it was like the floodgates opened. Dude was putting up 200 and 300 three-pointers a year. Again, guys, the centers are not the same as they used to be. Now, Vucevic is under a 40% three-point shooter, still high 30s though, which is respectable. I think I could get him 1 out of 4 times, but you know what? I trust your gut. I'm beating Nikola Vucevic 1 out of 4 times. Jared Allen is a bit of the antithesis of Vucevic. In his first 2 years, he shot 63s, and then the following 6 years, he's only shot 40 combined, and his percentage is actually horrendous. I think I could beat Jared Allen at least 75% of the time. Am I old? Dwight Powell's been in the league 10 years. It feels like he just got there. This guy's three-point numbers are very sporadic. Some season he shoots single digits. Other seasons he's put up triple digits. But one thing remains the same. His percentage is awful. But I've got to assume a lot of those are contested. A lot of those may have been forced. I think Dwight Powell and I are probably pretty similar in our three-point ability, being unguarded, having to shoot 30 shots, 25 shots. I'm going to say Dwight Powell and I are a very even match. 50% of the time I'm beating him. Nikola Jokic, are you kidding me? I know my place. Jalen Duren has only played 2 seasons in the league, and he's 0 for 2 on threes. Kind of like Clint Capella, just doesn't shoot a lot of them, so I'm going to say he is out of touch, he is out of practice, and therefore it is BBQ CHICKEN. Kevon Looney is 10 out of 59 in his career, but the last 3 years, he's only shot 2 total three-pointers. The dude's out of practice, and therefore I'm beating him 75% of the time. Alperen Sengun lets that thing fly, and he shoots about 30%, and those are contested most likely. So I think I have to eat a slice of the humble pie here and say that I would never beat him. If there's a guy who loves to stretch the floor and let that thing sing, it is Miles Turner. And look, I know that his stats say he beats me every time, but I just have this feeling that I could rattle him a little bit. He's grabbing the ball to shoot, and I say something about playing with Legos or something, and he gets, it's not playing, it's building.
Big thing. I build Legos. I don't play with Legos.
Something like I could fire him up. I could really ruffle Miles Turner's feathers and get him 1 out of 4 times. So we're going to put Miles Turner in the 25% category. Zubac is 1 of 12 in 9 years from 3. Barbecue chicken alert. Don't need to look up the stats for Anthony Davis. I am not beating him ever. Steven Adams is 1 for 15 in his illustrious 10-year career. And you know what that means, baby. Barbecue chicken! Bam Adebayo is 9 of 69.
Nice.
In his career, but I can just tell this guy has a stroke on him.
Hey, yo!
I think it'd be a competitive match. He gives me Dwight Powell vibes. I'm going to put Bam Adebayo in the 50% category. Brook Lopez shoots the most threes of any center in the league, and therefore he's warmed up. He has practice. I'm not going to beat him ever. Rudy Gobert is 0 for 15 from 3 in every game he's played on the hardwood. Do I even need to say it? Barbecue chicken alert. Jonas Valanciunas is a Vucevic light. Again, first 5 or 6 years in his career, hardly shot at all, and then he really ramped up in the last 7 years. But this guy's percentage is actually pretty impressive, and that is from contested middle of the game type of shots. And so I think if you put a rack beside this guy, he's going to put the ball in. So I'm actually going to say I would never beat Jonas Valanciunas in a three-point contest. In 6 years, Mitchell Robinson has never shot a three-pointer. And you think he's beating me? Barbecue chicken alert! Chetty boy. Potential rookie of the year candidate. He's sneaking up on Wimbentrana. I don't know. Actually, I do. I'm not beating Chet. Wendell Carter Jr. actually shoots more threes than I expected, almost 600 in his career, above 30%. But again, I think I could rattle him. I think he could go on a cold streak, and I would say that I could get Wendell Carter Jr. 2 out of 10 times. MVP Joel Embiid, I don't even need to look. I know that he has upped his game from beyond the arc, and I know I would never beat him. There's a trend I'm seeing with these centers. Start out, first 5 years, they don't shoot, and then they really start picking it up. Nurkic, another guy who is like Vucevic and is like Valanciunas. However, much worse percentage, a little bit more sporadic. I think we would have some competitive battles. We'd go back and forth. I'm putting Nurkic in the 50% category. DeAndre Ayton doesn't take a ton of them, but what's interesting is he's almost 30% from the field, which tells me the ones he does take are probably wide open and probably what we would label good shots. Now, in a competition like I have set up here, he would be taking all wide open shots. So if his stamina can keep up with, and that's another thing, we haven't talked about the stamina of these guys. I can sit there and I can rattle them off all day long, and I would imagine these guys could too, but you never know, okay? These guys, what am I saying? They could keep up. DeAndre Ayton, I think, would hit quite a few and get in a rhythm if he has open shots. He's shown me, at least through his statistics, that he probably has, a good set shot. So I'm going to say that I could get lucky 1 out of every 4 times against DeAndre Ayton, but I do think he beats me more often than not. If we had to both shoot these right-handed, I would beat Sabonis every time, but I would not make that rule, and therefore, I'd probably never beat Sabonis in a three-point competition. Zach Collins is averaging about 100 three-point attempts in a year, which means he's shooting more than 1 a game, which means I probably am not beating him. Jacob Potto might have the best percentage out of anyone on this list, although he is only 2 of 4 in 9 years, so he's shooting 1 three-pointer every 2 years. But that percentage is kind of deceiving. It makes me a little bit worried. And for that reason, I'm going to respect it. And I'm going to say that because of the low volume, I could get him a few times, but because of that percentage, he's going to get me more often than not. 25% of the time, I beat him. Walker Kessler, young guy, only 5 of 19 in his career. And again, that just screams I'm getting him 25% of the time. And finally, Daniel Gafford, 6 years in the league. He's 0 for 1 in his career. And you didn't think I was going to end it on a 75, did you? Barbecue chicken alert! Sorry, Danny. So here is the complete list. And again, next month, All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis. Guys, I will walk, I will ride, I will fly to Indianapolis if it means we can face off. I'll take on any of these 30, but I especially will take on the 7 in the top category, the barbecue chicken category, except Steven Adams. I think he's hurt. As always, guys, if you like the content, a like goes a long way in helping us barbecue chicken the algorithm into giving this to more people. Barbecue chicken the algorithm. You know what I mean. We'll see you next time.